Hey there, map lovers! Let's locate Sudan, a country that's bigger than you might think. See it there in northeastern Africa? The Sahara Desert covers much of the north, but look closer. The mighty Nile River flows right through Sudan. That makes it a key spot for people moving across Africa for like forever. Sudan wasn't just a path for travelers, though. It saw the rise and fall of powerful kingdoms going way back. The Nile wasn't just for trade, it made farming possible in the desert. This meant that people could settle down and, well, civilizations were born. But more on that later. Think of Sudan as this crossroads of cultures. To the north, you've got Egypt and the Mediterranean world. To the east, there's the Arabian Peninsula and its own story. All these influences mixed and mingled in Sudan, making it super diverse. It's like a history buffet, and we're just getting started. Okay, history buffs, time for a blast from the past. Long before the pyramids in Egypt, Sudan had its own ancient civilizations rocking the Nile Valley. We're talking about the Kingdom of Kerma, which thrived over 4,000 years ago. They were known for their pottery, their strong rulers, and their trade networks that stretched all over. But wait, there's more. The Kingdom of Kush came next, centered in what's now Sudan. These guys were power players, even ruling over Egypt for a time. Kushites were known for their ironworking, their pyramids, yes, pyramids, and their fierce warriors. They traded with places as far away as India and China. Talk about global connections. These ancient kingdoms left behind more than just stories, though. They left behind amazing archaeological sites like the royal city of Kerma and the pyramids of Meroe. These places are like time capsules, giving us glimpses into a rich and complex past. It's like Indiana Jones, but with less sand in your shoes. Fast forward a few centuries, and a new force arrived in Sudan: Islam. Arab traders brought their religion, language, and culture, and it had a big impact. Many Sudanese people converted to Islam, and Arabic became a major language. It wasn't a sudden takeover, though. It was more of a gradual blending of cultures. This cultural mix is visible today in Sudan's architecture, music, and food. Think beautiful mosques with soaring minarets alongside traditional Sudanese rhythms and instruments, and the food? Don't even get me started on the delicious stews and spices that reflect both Arab and African influences. This period also saw the rise of powerful Islamic sultanates in Sudan, like the Funj Sultanate. They ruled for centuries, promoting trade and spreading Islamic learning. It was a time of great cultural exchange and intellectual growth. Think of it as a golden age for scholarship and the arts. Section 4. Struggle for freedom. Hold on to your hats, folks, because the 19th century brought big changes. European powers, hungry for resources and land, set their sights on Africa, including Sudan. The British in particular wanted to control the Nile River. They eventually conquered Sudan, but not without a fight. The Sudanese people resisted fiercely. One of the most famous resistance leaders was Muhammad Ahmad, who declared himself the Mahdi, a messianic figure in Islam. He led a successful revolt against the British, establishing a short-lived independent state. The Mahdi's rebellion is a symbol of Sudanese resistance and their desire for freedom. Sadly, the British eventually returned and reconquered Sudan. They ruled for decades, exploiting the country's resources and leaving a legacy of division. But the dream of independence never died. Sudanese nationalists continued to fight for their freedom throughout the 20th century. Section 5. A tapestry of cultures. Let's get one thing straight. Sudan is incredibly diverse. We're talking about over 500 ethnic groups, each with their own languages, traditions, and ways of life. Arabic is widely spoken, but so are hundreds of other languages like Dinka, Nubian, and Beja. It's a melting pot of cultures. This diversity is reflected in everything from music and dance to food and clothing. You've got the rhythmic beats of Sudanese drumming, the graceful movements of traditional dances, and the vibrant colors of clothing that tell stories about different regions and tribes. It's a sensory overload in the best possible way. But this diversity has also been a source of conflict. After independence in 1956, Sudan faced civil wars and political instability, often fueled by ethnic and religious divisions. It's a reminder that diversity, while beautiful, can also be challenging. Building a united and peaceful Sudan remains an ongoing process.